What is that?
If you, I wonder if I turn this now, because I was with the fisheye, you could see it.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
So
that's
basically,
cool.
I have this thing.
You're making music, man. What is it? What are we seeing and hearing there?
So I'm basically using this old synthesizer as a controller and controlling my new. This is an old thing I got from a friend, but it's
A
new to
new
me.
old
It's the
thing. A new treasure.
yeah, it's the Moog Minotaur, and it's got this
Ooh.
fat sound.
So wait, are you just like always any given week you're fiddling, you're setting stuff up and getting new old Moog Minotaurs and just like fiddling and experimenting with new stuff?
No, not every week. I probably get a new toy about every 6 months.
So we just got lucky that you happen to have just, or that's why
Actually,
you
I
reached
got
over.
yeah. Well, it's because I was playing with this morning. And also I have this other old thing that's really fun, but that could be a different time.
Well,
This
see,
is
this is
this little gadget called the Chaosillator, which is amazing.
oh,
Which
Chaosillator. Wait, is that K dash oscillator or is it intentionally chaos
it's
double entendre?
Kaossillator.
Oh, so cool.
And you can it got all these crazy sort of things. That's just like one of the settings.
It's perfect. Your
And
video
it's just like,
froze. Your video froze just as you had this look. You hit it, and it was just like, whoa, and it froze right there.
oh,
Yeah, we're getting you
my
coming in and
video
out.
seems,
So
but
cool.
that's the way they make music nowadays. You just touch it.
You touch it, and then the song is composed with AI. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, your video is super choppy, but so this it sort of relates in a way to one of the things that was on my mind this week because I was thinking about how for a while we were having these sessions and you were holding me accountable to doing my solo keyboard tracks and getting them posted,
Yeah.
and I was supposed to have it up by March 15th. Hey, doggy. Um, and I didn't get there, but partly because you've stopped asking me, I've stopped doing it as if that was the point. You know what I mean? Like, but I've sort of thought, oh, but you don't stop just because someone stopped asking you about it. It's like it's helpful to have someone asking you about it, but then somehow my mind switched into like I only have to do the homework that you're asking me about instead of like I'm trying to create things in the world. That's not entirely true because I have been on other trains. That might be what it is. Just like I've been following other muses, but that project is backburnered again. And since you're not asking me about it, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I don't have to do that, which is really idiotic.
Well, tell me though. I mean, you know, the last time we talked about it, you had finished it, "You Make Me Feel,"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then and what else? What's going on?
See, I can't even remember. I can't hold it in my brain. I had finished two or maybe almost, or maybe three. I've either
You
finished
finished
two or
too.
three. I finished either two or three for sure. They're gone out of my brain. I can't even tell you what they are. But I remember thinking that there was one more that I wanted to work on, and then I'd be ready. Just have to do it. But what I think maybe also it's not just that you stopped asking me about it. It's that we've been starting to do this experiment with some video, and I've been pushing more on that sort of creative adventure project. Just reached out to a guy, this amazing videographer guy. But I'm sort of addicted to these like around the way connections. Like remember that the camera guy I met in the parking lot of a pizza place, and I was so taken with that idea, which is really probably gets in my way. But it has sort of happened again. I was talking with a dad, a co-dad on the soccer team, on one of my daughter's soccer team, and I was mentioning this, and he's sort of involved in podcasting from more of the like business side, And I was talking about my project, and I was like talking about wanting to find a camera person. He was like, there's this guy who's always got a camera out in front of my building, and I should, I've chatted with him, but I don't really know what he does, and I'll find out more. So he connected me with them, and this dude is just the most amazing dude. I only just figured out that he does vlogs. Like, he does these sort of like daily or more than daily, because it was sort of like, what does this dude do? The first thing the dad told me, he's somehow involved in making scents, like scent, like smells. And I was like, what does that mean? But he makes these like custom little widget air freshener stylish things for Teslas. He's got this little small business that does that, and these like cool little desk attachments, beautiful designy desk attachments that go into a steering wheel for Teslas. And he does videos of Teslas like every day or multiple times a day, or of his business, or of making a bookshelf, or of just like, but like 90% of it seems to be about Teslas. But he's just this like cool dude. He goes around town, but his stuff is so stylish. It's so stylish, and it's got this sort of like underlying humor, or sort of lightheartedness to it. But it was just sort of fascinating to sort of fall down this rabbit hole. So he's probably too busy to be the right person to link up with, because he's doing all these other things. But he looks like he's just generally winning in life, and two, it's so stylish and cool. So anyway, so that's where I'm at right now. I've been trading.
You haven't met with him yet?
I haven't actually met him in person. I don't think I've even talked to him, come to think of it. But we've texted a little bit, and so he's going to check out the project. I gave him the description, and he was going to get back to me.
And you checked out his stuff, and that's how you know he's stylish and what he does.
Yes, exactly. I checked out his stuff. It was one of these things where you just keep cascading down the rabbit hole, and you're like, oh, he does this. Oh my gosh, he does this. But he just looks like he's winning in life. He's just having fun and doing cool stuff. He's like the opposite of working for the man.
That seems to be what they say. Just like do what you get so jazzed about, but then it's just like, really? Can you? But
right,
you can.
Well, and at least from the look of his videos, he maybe doesn't have a family that's soaking up a bunch of time, that is soaking up your time and my time. For what did you say?
Soaking up
with beauty and paying us back handsomely and soaking up hours. So that helps explain it, but it still looks like he's productive as hell. Anyway, that was a long rant, but so that's where my creative energy is going right now, and so maybe that's also partly why I'm not working on solo keyboard stuff. But I would like to bring those along and post them before.
Yeah, I mean, I think that what we said with your goals, you were gonna do 3 or 4. I mean, if you have 3, being that May is it May already? Did we cross over, or is it like
we're about to cross into May?
So maybe you just have to, if you have 3 done, maybe you post 3. I think posting 1, you want, if somebody loves it, which people will because it's awesome, you want to have them find a couple other things. But I don't think you should hold for the 4th.
Well, even you saying that makes me think I might have 2 ready.
You're just looking for an excuse not to post.
No, I want to post. But maybe I'm just thinking, because I would have thought the same thing. Now that you say that, I think I would have thought that too. So if I had 3 ready, I probably would be like, yeah, I've got 3 ready. And then I would recognize that I was just being perfectionist and being like, maybe I should do 4. But I think I might just have 2 that I feel like are finally production ready.
Well, do you think you could get the other one in a week? I mean, can I give you a little accountability?
In a week, yes. In a week. Yeah, in a week. That's perfect. I got a week.
1 week, get 3 songs, and then we get to be like, the link is in the description or something.
Yeah, right.
And then
link in description.
I mean, it's so great. I mean, I can't wait till we do that.
Just tap that close button. Just tap the close button.
You wonder about people who are really quick at knowing exactly where to point. It's like how you're should anybody be that good at that? But maybe
Right.
yes. Maybe it's not that hard.
Okay, so just quickly, where are you at this week? We talked last week, and you had fallen off the wagon for that project where you were making the video. But you were getting back up on the wagon.
Was I? I don't remember that. I have to see. Did I get did I find the next step again? I can't remember because I lost my next step. So I fell off that completely, but I did meet a guy who does his own version of streaming like regularly. Like I think that's his job. And so he was going to say, and I said, I'd love to talk to you. And he said, hey, let's set up a time. And then so the time was supposed to come soon. And so I just was starting to go through and saying, how am I going to even describe what the hell I'm even trying to do? And in that, watching old things, sort of pulling some things together has been somewhat of the labor this week, although it was not a super productive.
But so
week.
where if you is your hair on fire about any project in particular?
That's a great question. I don't think so. I sort of redid my website, my Feff for President website, and it just set the whole thing up. And I kind of feel like I like how everything sort of landed together and how it all looks, because when I started it, I had so little to put on it. And now all of a sudden I realized, oh, actually there's a bunch that fits in this model, or in this
was the motivation for that sort of similar to my motivation for making myself a website where there's containers that I now know that I can put whatever I'm working on, I can drop it into that container?
Yeah, except I think this is, I do envy your thing where you have one master container that has all the little containers, whereas
Yours
what I
is a
realize
sub-container.
now is that this is sort of this one weird container, and then I have these other weird containers. So I'm in the process of figuring that out. But I think in setting up to just talk to somebody about what the heck are you doing, it's nice to sort of say, well, there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then maybe someone could pull some sense out of it.
Maybe it's like a David Bowie album. It's like a concept container for a section of stuff. You're basically David Bowie.
Yeah. I like that. Nice. No, it's true. It is just like this art project that it feels like Ziggy Stardust little.
Nice.
Put on this costume and.
Yeah, that's cool. I just had to disappear to let the dog out. That's what this was.
We all were wondering.
Yeah, all of the viewers. All right, man. Onward. Talk to you.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Yep.